Howdy folks, welcome back to Derail Valley. I've been doing quite a bit of work and stuff's happened in between episodes, but I'll tell you about that as we get moving. We've got a load of, it looks like, forestry wagons, and they're headed up to Forest Central. I need to hand this in as we go by. I did grab the long license as well as the manual service, and I've done some shunting and stuff, and some crashing in between episodes. Let's get this thing fired up. And as we pass the shop, I need to turn in the job. Okay, brakes are good. Should be good. Get some lights on. Little toot on the horn there. We'll get underway. I don't hear any squealing yet, so I think we're good. So this is, it's only 162 tons. Should be doable pretty easy. Even in the rain, if we run into rain with this locomotive. And I did spot the museum DE2. It's over here at the harbor. So we'll keep that in mind for the future. A little bit of speed up here. I want to be doing maybe 15-ish as I roll past here. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I do have to turn the job in. So I started recording this. I made a completely different episode, and it was a complete disaster. So I just scrapped that. I was bringing a job down to the harbor from the steel mill, only I took out the steel mill the wrong direction. And ended up crashing into cars over here at the oil well north. And yeah, that was expensive. But it wasn't going to make a very good episode, so I just scrapped that. And I did some shunting down here at the harbor. And bought some licenses, paid off the damage. And we still got 16 grand, so we're doing all right. I've also bought a few things. I went ahead and bought a lantern and a lighter. Since I was down here at the store. I want to get the remote control. We need to get some money, and then I think it is up at Machine Factory. I think maybe it's up here, so we'll have to find a job. Going up to there at some point. Alright, there is that over there, so let's see if we can run over there and not lose track of our train. Hand this job in real quick. Sprint like a madman. Yeah, we did indeed pick up from D6. Headed over to Forest Central. C2 over Forest Central. Alright, good deal. Let's hop back on the train. Perfect. Alright, that's closed. That's closed. Double check my routing here. So we're at the harbor. Yeah, right. And we need to go... right up out of the harbor. There we go. And we're coming up out of the harbor. We want to bear right, and then we're going to go left. Keep right. Keep right. Go left. This is a really sharp turn, so I need to be ready for that. And then we're heading right up into the Forest Central. And then once I get to Forest Central, if I can find my book here. Coming in from the south, were we going to C? Yeah, C2I. So we'll go left and right in the C2I. Oops, I still am trying to close out with the escape key. That's not how that works. Alright, let's get speed up so we can get up out of the harbor. We came down the same hill, so we should be good to go, lined up to get out of here. And again, it's 162 tons, so not bad. Loco is freshly serviced. We were full of everything. Next time we do that, we'll be doing some manual service because I bought that license. don't want to get too far above 30 as we come around this curve. I think we're doing all right. Once we get the train out of this curve, we want to be hitting her hard so we can make it up the hill. So it's 2.5% up through here. Pretty steep. Those are all starting to come through the curve. Let's put the hammer down. I think it's 40 up through here, which we shouldn't have any trouble going too fast, I don't think. Okay, she's wide open. Away we go. Let's see, let's just double check again. We're coming up out of here. Keeping right, going left. Right, and then left there. Right up into that. That looks right. Okay, we're doing all right on temperatures and stuff, so that's good. Not an excessive load for the little DE2. But she is a-working. I know there's external views in this. I forget how to actually do that. I need to look into the camera controls. I know if I hold Alt, I can click on that. That's probably is. I don't want to get out of control here. I'm still very green at this game. Remembering all the controls and whatnot. Alright, as we come off that grid, we're going to start picking up speed. And I do have it's a decent length train for this little shunter switcher. Then we're getting into 70 territory here, so that's good. We'll let the rest of the train come through all those curves. Is it 4? No, it's 3 is my world map. Alright, so we're coming up through there. Tunnel, and then we're just going to have it sharp turns up through there. Got it. Let's get some power back on. Put some power to the rails. I can lean, right? Yeah, I can lean. Lean my head out through right through the glass. So we're kind of winding along the river here, and then there'll be a sharp turn to the left as we come through there, so that will be probably our next speed restriction. Yeah, 40, there we go. That, in theory, is this turn right here. Although, I still get lost on this map. Because I did leave the steel mill the complete wrong direction. I'm like, it didn't quite feel right. Like, what's going on here? And then, of course, I came roaring into oil well. Like, oh, this ain't right. I couldn't quite get slowed down until I crashed into some cars. Did about $4,000 worth of damage to this poor little engine. That was fun. What's it reduced to? The little down arrow means it's going to be reducing from 70. This is fun. Whee! 50 and then it increases again. Alright, so we're good. Although I think as we come through the wiggle there, it's either going to be 30 or 40, so I don't want to get going too fast. I think it's a 40. It's always a balance, trying to keep your speed up versus, you know, not flying off the rails. Amazingly, I did not derail when I crashed. I got almost slowed down. But it was enough of a ruckus it broke the windows out. It did a little damage to the engine. Right, we got a little tunnel here, and then at some point there's some junctions. Take my light on. 60 and decreasing. Coast here till we see what's up. So it's going to kill my speed too much. Oh, I see. We're not quite up there yet. My luck, I'm completely wrong part of the map. Nope, here we are. I think this next turn here in 400 meters, I think that's where we go into the tunnel, and there's a Y there. I think we're getting ready to come up to this right here. Theory. Keep it at around 40, and we should be good. Is any of this starting to look right? Yeah, okay. We should be in the right spot. And it says it's 60 if we go that way. Okay. Speed up as we come through here. We do have a somewhat longer train than normal. The forestry trailers must be pretty light because it's not a lot of tonnage. It was quite a few cars. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So 9 cars. For a DE2, that's a little bit of a load getting out of the harbor. Let's bring some more throttle in again. So I think we're at a point now, yeah, where we can get a little speed going. After we get through this Y. Okay, we're running her wide open again. Through the tunnels, I'm going to knock those lights back a notch. Although, are we supposed to? Because that's high beam. Okay, we'll leave it on normal, actually. Okay, we're just cruising. Got a few curves, but it's fairly decent through here until we get over near where we turn north. After we turn north towards the steel mill, I think that's a downgrade followed by a sharp left. Hey, Rock, you need some help. So we really need to look out when we're over there. Let's coast for a bit because I don't remember what the speed limit was through here. Like 2 notches. $60 feels safe. I need to pay more attention. It's beautiful scenery that just kind of passes me by. Give me a sign here. Burning through the fuel pretty good. There's a sign. All right, 8 and increasing. Excellent. don't know how. I don't think it'll do much over 70. With the gearing it's got. I'm not 100% sure. What's that? It looks like a texture issue or something back there. At 120, but decreasing. Back into a 90. Need to cut some of these trees. They're really overhanging the track. And since this is just the second video, I plan to just have, you know, the whole thing in here. No edits. Look out! So we'll see how long it's going to be. I don't know for sure. Would guess around 40 minutes. Went into a 70, so let's ease off. That may be the bend right before we get ready to head into the northern territory towards the steel mill. Yeah, there's a 6. Let's kill off some of the speed. Okay, so now we're right here, coming through here. Bang, bang, bang. That is a 50. Leave a little more speed off. And then I think it's downhill. Why is that still making noise? Yeah, 50, and it's a downgrade. I'm gonna get a little bit of air on. So I don't remember if it's a 30 or 40. There's something down at the bottom of this hill that's not super fast. Tread carefully. Left and then right. That should be good. Got us down to 40-ish. Can't quite make out what that is up ahead. Something over here is being weird with the sound. Is a... Oh, it says 50. That's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought. But maybe it gets sharper. Let's keep some brakes on. Oh yeah, negative 3%, so... There is that. It's a hard one to get back up, that's for sure. leave about a 1 bar on. See how we get along. 1.5 bars. We got a train coming down the hill. Alright, now we can back off the brakes. Put some power back on. You know, something I didn't look at was the farm. I need to do anything for farm. I'm up from the south. Should be able to just go through. In theory. But I'm real rusty on this stuff. Looks like we actually bypassed the farm, so I think we're good. So we want to keep 50 till the whole train's through. So we're good. Oh, I didn't see that 3% grade. That's going to be fun. Go little DE2, go. That's the thing that will get easier as time goes on, as I remember the routes. I have not played this very much, and I've not played in a long time. Yeah, looks like the grade eases up a bit. We can get the train up over that 3.3% without completely stalling out. We'll be all right. Down below 30. Go, little engine, go. Yeah, we're good. There's another tight corner up here. Yeah, 40. That was the wrong button. I might have goofed that up. I hit the wrong button and killed about half my momentum. Traction motor temp climbing. This thing doesn't seem to overheat as badly as it used to, though. They must have tweaked something. It used to overheat at the drop of a hat. We're in the yellow, so we're okay for a bit. Let's back off the amps just a little bit. Okay, we're coming up to basically here. We're making it. We're getting back into the yellow again, but should be all right. A little bit of a tough climb up through here, but that's why I didn't want a super heavy load, right? This thing is only 162 tons. So much more, we would not be hauling this. Alright, settles down to about 1%. Back off a notch and let the traction motors cool off. I got to thinking I might need a license for the remote as well. So yeah, we're going to need some money. Alright, then we come up to a downgrade. It's very wiggly. So I think we can let everything cool off. Are we here? Not really familiar with where here is. So I'm not sure where that switch is exactly. Yeah, we're good. Seems like this was at the top of a hill, and we're near the top of a hill at least. Where are we? I'm not sure where we're at. That might have been that switch that we just passed, and then we're coming up into here. That needs to be to the right. But I had that switch to the right. I think we're almost there. Go into C to the right. Maybe. Or we're somewhere completely different and we're lost. That's also a possibility. But I remember the forestry being like up at the top of a mountain, so this seems right. It's very windy, like a logging railroad. That says go to the left, so I'm lost. I have no idea where I'm at. Oh, that was okay. So that was that switch. Goes to the left, and then we're up to the right. Okay, we're here. We're good. And then this goes to the right and into the sea yard. Okay, let's get about we got a little over a bar and a half. That'll start slowing us right down. Got left and then right into C2I. All right, we have arrived. That extra switch back there kind of threw me for a loop. But we ended up in the right spot. It's all good. And then where's the little office? There should be a green light here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Just past it. You can look for the green light on top. Okay, we got 9 cars. So we need to pull in here a little ways. Still coming into the siding. Then no doubt we'll have some logs headed out of here. Possibly for the next job. Then we have to get the train past that little sign there. So we need to go up just about to the end of the track here, I think. And that should be sufficient. Sometimes I use the handle, sometimes I use the keyboard. Alright, we'll leave that stuff on. So leave the marker lights in the slightly on position. And then we just need to... So I should set the handbrake. Just in case. And we'll set a handbrake on this. That's required to turn in the job. Turn the air off. That unhooked. Okay, it's being weird, but whatever. And then we will stutter step all the way down through here. Yep, that's well past that sign, so we're good. And evening is falling. It's pretty scenery up here. C2I. And we get paid. Look at that. Total 39,000. Very nice. Yeah. I'm taking my money. Calm down. So that puts us up to 56,000. Nice. And then just to get an idea here, we got stuff going to the sawmill, which makes sense. We can do shunting. Not what we just brought in. We don't have logistical haul yet. We need to go somewhere with a service station. This doesn't have the little legend on it, huh? So we might... is there anything going to the... Probably nothing going to the steel mill. Can't do logistical. Because the one downside of the manual service is you have to have services available. There also might be another engine here somewhere. Though I'm not seeing much. But anywho, that'll do it for this episode. I'll figure out what we're going to do next. And if we have enough fuel. And we'll go from there. I don't think there's going to be any engines sitting here. I've got the engine we came in with. Worst case scenario, I can teleport somewhere. Oh wait, no, there's engines down there. I don't have the license for that though. Let's go take a look. I think that is the DM3. Is that the mechanical one? It's got like the truck gearbox, 2 sticks. Yep. So we got a DM3 here. And the Museum DH4 is here at the Forestry Central. Now we know where that is. This is fun. It's a good shunter. It's a little bit of a handful to drive out on the line. Yeah, I don't believe there's any service here. That's a... Sure what that switch is there. If we look at like the harbor, it would have a like a turntable and its little symbols. Actually, is that locomotive service? Where is that? That is over. So we came in from the south sea yard. Is that talking about this track? Yeah, that's talking about this track. Why does it have the locomotive symbol on it? But there's no service here. Maybe that symbol means something else. I don't know. Repair station. Ah, there it is, gray. So yeah, we don't have one here. There's one at the harbor. There's one at the steel mill. There's one at Oil Well Central. You know, if it doesn't look like I've got enough for a job, we could stop by one of those places on the way out. Could stop at steel mill on the way to the harbor, for example, or oil well central on the way down to the sawmill, or even City West. And actually, it looks like the sawmill has. So there are options. I'm going to quit rambling now and close out this video. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will catch you in the next adventure. Take care.